Hi guys, this is Amar and welcome to Network Engineer Stuff. So guys, this is the part 2 of top 10 basic NOC network engineer interview question and answers. So in part 1 we have seen these questions, what is NOC and the other questions. I think till question number 3, 4, 5, 6. What is SLA? I think we covered this. Yes, we covered this. So let's start with question number 7. What is MTTR? So what do you understand by this MTTR? Now, uh, I've included this question because this is again a very common question which has been asked nowadays for NOC interviews. So MTTR stands for mean time to repair. So when we talk mean time, so mean time is nothing but the average time. Okay. To repair means to restore. To restore what? To restore a service or to resolve an incident. So mean time to repair is the average time taken to restore a service or to resolve an incident after it occurs. Now, I'll say let's say a link fails, then the total time taken to resolve that particular issue is recorded. Fine. Now, in the span of let's say 1 month, the span of 1 month, let's say the link fails 3 times, and the total time taken or recorded to resolve or to make that link up is 90 minutes. Okay, so 90 minutes, and the link has gone down 3 times. So 90 divided by 3, which is 30 minutes. So 30 minutes will be our MTTR. Now, why this MTTR is very important, or every NOC engineer must be aware, that you have to maintain this MTTR, because these are the significant why this MTTR is important from NOC perspective is because this measures incident response efficiently. That there's a network, right? And in that network, of course, something will go down, some service will be impacted. This is going to happen, correct? Now, this MTTR is very important, or I can say it is a tool to measure that how quickly the services are fixed, how quickly the incident is been responded, or it is noted and it is resolved. So this is a very important, I think so, a measure, because it measures the incident response efficiently. It helps to meet your SLA. So there is some SLAs. In that SLA, some commitment is been done. So this MTTR will be one of that parameter. Again, it is used to evaluate NOC and network team's performance. If your MTTR is good, within the limit or within the commitments defined in the SLA, then your performance is good. The network team is performing very well. So your performance all depends upon this MTTR. So every NOC engineer must be aware that you have to maintain that MTTR. Now, along with this MTTR, there are different two more fundamentals, that is MTTD and MTBF. Again, these are also some measuring parameters, something to measure. So if you want a dedicated video on this, please do comment me. I can make a dedicated video on this. But meanwhile, you can just go through or take a snip of this particular slide and you can just go through this concept. It's very easy to understand. Let's move to question number 8, a very important question, because many people have some experience, 2 years, 1 year, 2 years experience, and they are struggling to understand the difference between packet loss and latency. I've taken the interviews, I have seen this thing, So it's a very important question. What is the difference between packet loss and latency? So in any network, always remember this thing, that it will have a source and a destination. Correct? Source and destination. Now, from source to destination, the information need to be flown. Now from source to destination, the information will be flowing, I'll say, in form of some packets. 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's say 6 packets. Okay, this information is flowing. Now out of the 6 packets, let's say 1, 2. There's 2 packets. I think I've done 5 packets. Okay, so out of these 5 packets, 2 packets are lost in their way. So 2 packets are lost in the way when they were traveling from source to destination. So 2 packets are lost. So out of 5 packets, 2 packets are lost. Now this is packet loss, and which is measured in percentage. Like you can see over here in this step, out of this 13 packets, 7 packets were received by the destination, 6 packets were lost. They didn't reach the destination. So 46% was the loss. So this is my packet loss. Fine. Latency. Latency is the time taken for a packet to travel from source to destination. Let's say this is the source and this is the destination. This is the destination. So this is the packet. Okay. Now this packet from source to destination took 100 milliseconds to travel. Then that is latency. You can see over here. This is the latency. Whatever is in milliseconds, that is the latency. So packet loss is measured in percentage and latency is measured in milliseconds. So guys, this is a very important question, and please do answer this question very properly. This is a very fundamental thing, and each and every NOC engineer must know the difference between packet loss and latency. Let's move to the next question. That is question number 9. Now, what is a maintenance window? As we discussed in question number 1, any network infrastructure need to be maintained. So, like as similarly, the network also need to be maintained. Okay, the network also need to be maintained. There are a lot of networking devices which will need the upgrade, the version upgrades. Some bugs are there, so they need to be fixed. So the patch upgrade would be required. Some configurational changes are required in the network. So this kind of things are required. This all comes under maintenance activity in the network. So there's a planned downtime which we need to take. I've mentioned over here, planned downtime which need to be taken. Now this is called maintenance window. So maintenance window is pre-approved scheduled time period during which planned activities or planned work such as upgrade, patch upgrades, configuration changes is performed on the network, on the IT systems. Like I've given here example, a router upgrade is scheduled from 1 a.m. to 3 a.m. IST. So any link which is down during this particular time frame, 1 to 3, those link connecting to the router. So those will fall under our maintenance window. Those will not be monitored, or those will be ignored for that particular time, knowing that it's a planned pre-approved activity. So this is maintenance window. So this should be I think so. This example will help you in understanding what exactly maintenance window means from perspective of NOC. Let's move to the last question, and then very useful, I will say, question. What are the tools used in NOC? As I told in some question related to monitoring, there are multiple monitoring teams by using which the L1 team will know, if something has gone wrong in the network, right? So there are many tools for monitoring. To detect also there are some tools. To troubleshoot also there are some tools. To document the thing there are tools. To communicate internally, externally with the teams there are tools. So just let's go through it. So the very first and very important tool from point of view of L1 NOC engineer or the monitor engineer is this. That is network monitoring tools. So there are very famous tools which comes under this. SolarWinds. SolarWinds is a very, very, very commonly used tool. PRTG, WhatsApp Gold, I've used a lot. SolarWinds, SolarWinds and WhatsApp Gold a lot. And as I mentioned, the purpose. Okay, the purpose is again, the alerts which are generated if something is going up or down. There's a status change. There's a bandwidth uses let's say a link between two routers. Let's say this is the router, two routers. This is the link which been utilized. Let's say 90% of its capacity. An alert will be generated. Okay, this has been used like a 90% of its capacity. So such kind of alerts. Let's say this particular router, it is hitting a CPU of 95%, and alert should be generated. The alert will be generated. So these are all the tools which helps us in getting such kind of alerts. And this is a very important thing from L1 NOC engineer's point of view. Again, we discussed related to this tickets. There are a lot of ticketing tools, ServiceNow, BMC, MED. We discussed. So this is also very important. So the purpose is like the incident creation. We need to record the things. We need to track the things. SLA. We can of course track the SLAs also. SLA tracking can be done because there are some commitments done in the SLA, and which will be of course matched with the tickets, whether the tickets were able to meet the commitment made in the SLA or not. Again, escalation management and all these things can be very this particular tools are being used for that also. Again, there are many tools like ping. I always say that ping is a tool. Ping is not a tool, I'll say. It's actually a tool, but it's the best friend of a network engineer. If something is not reachable, let's say some destination IP 192.168.1.1, this is not reachable. What an L1 engineer will do, it will go in the ping tool, or it will check whether this IP is pingable or not. It will check whether it is traceable or not. So ping is something which is super useful from network engineers point of view. In many, you can find it in my interview series. If you check in my interview playlist of this particular channel, you'll find a lot of videos for freshers which I've created. Generic videos also, I've always mentioned this ping. I think in one of the videos I've also discussed in details related to ping, how ping exactly work. So yes, it's a very important tool to test the connectivity. So let's say you are a network engineer, L1 engineer, and you get a ticket or you see an alert where you see that some IP is not reachable. The very first thing we'll do is we'll ping it and check it whether actually it is pingable or not, reachable or not. So again, to access the devices also, we have a lot of tools. Secure CRT is very famous, widely used. Putty is one of that. So you need some tool in order to manage the device. So to get to get into the device, to access that device. So these are the tools: Secure CRT, Putty. Of course, as I told that if you are a L1 NOC engineer, you're the very first guy who will be aware or who will come to know that something has gone down or something has gone wrong in the network. You will be the very first guy. So you should have a good communication skills, because you need to communicate it internally also, externally also, internally in your team, then externally in your team. So externally beyond your team also you need to communicate. So this is a very important role. So whenever you are preparing for such interviews, make sure that you communicate very well, because communication is a very important factor when it comes to monitoring and the role of L1 NOC engineer. So there are a lot of mediums, or there are a lot of tools to communicate internally or externally. Email, then of course Microsoft Outlook, then Microsoft Teams, Slack, phones, Bridge, IP phones. A lot of tools, which NOC uses to communicate internally and external audience. Again, there are a lot of many tools also which do log management, some logs related stuff also. Syslog servers are there. There are many tools which actually manages those that stuff. Performance and flow management tool, documentation and knowledge based tools also there, which will help you to document the things. There will be a lot of different tools there. I'm not going to discuss each and everything, but you should be aware of these things, that such kind of tools are there. You're going to enter into a world of NOC. You're preparing for your NOC interview, so you should be aware of this kind of stuff. So this is something which is so important to know before you go for an interview. I have added this bonus slide. Basically, I was planning to explain this, but okay, I would need to make a dedicated video. So this you can find on my Insta page also, this particular pic, you can find it. So this is basically the steps for L1 knock engineers if a link goes down. So I have tried to explain the process which we discussed in this video. That is what are things you can check before link goes down. Or now, in your interview, you may be asked such kind of question. Okay, you are a network engineer, L1 network engineer, link goes down. How? What are the steps you're going to do? So these are the steps which you're going to do. So guys, please do let me know if you want a dedicated video on this particular topic. I can make that maybe a 5 or 10 minutes ka video, maybe 10 minutes ka video on this. Please let me know in the comment section. I'll try to make a video on this. So if you want the notes of this particular video or the other notes also, you can mail me on networkengineerstuff@gmail.com. I'll mail you the notes for free. And again, you can also WhatsApp me on 8828002605. You can also WhatsApp me on this number. I do respond on that number. And of course, it's a free. Notes are free. If you want some mock interviews or that is a paid service, you can also go for that, but that is very cheap. So I'll stop here, guys. Best of luck. I hope this particular video you will find very useful, and it may help you in your interviews. So please let me know how you feel, how you find this video. Please do share this video with your friends who are preparing for interviews. This video will definitely help all your friends also. So I'll stop here. I'll catch up in the next video. Till then, bye, thanks, and have a nice day. Thank you so much for watching the video.